Hello there, and welcome back to Unstuck and Friggin' Fabulous, the podcast for ambitious women ready to ditch doubt, get out of their own way, and create a life that feels bold, beautiful, and fully aligned. I am your host, Irene Lidval, and today we are going to talk about something that I usually don't talk about. Me. This is episode number 72, and I am so happy you are here because normally I jump on this microphone with a lesson or a framework or a mindset shift or a little bit of tough love or all of it. But today I'm simply inviting you into my life. No pretending, no filters. No. I'm not telling you that I got it all figured out because I don't. This is just me because today is day one of becoming her again. And I hope it's going to be for you too. Day one for becoming her again. And not becoming someone new. No, I'm not saying that. We are not reverting back to 25 again. And we are not becoming the woman that everyone else expects us to be. No, we are just becoming us again. And I have a feeling that if you are listening to this, maybe you're trying to become her again too. So can I tell you something funny? A few weeks ago, I decided, right, Irene, it's time to get healthy. You know, we have those crossroads in life. And I had come to a crossroad where I felt enough is enough. The scale is just going up. It's not going the other way. And everything was just getting tighter. So, yes, time to get healthy. Time to lose the extra weight. And that's what I told myself. Time to lose the weight. Time to stop making excuses. And I proudly announced to my coach, Monday is day one. And he was really excited for me. He had a plan, protein meals, walking, strength training, less alcohol. And I have to say, just announcing it made me feel really motivated. But the universe looked down at Irene and said, "Oh, really, my girl?" 2 days later, I was flat on my back with antibiotics, crackling lungs, and bed rest. And honestly, every time I took a deep breath, I sounded like a bowl of rice bubbles. But here's the funny part. I still managed to record a podcast last week from bed. Yes, in my PJ, because that's what a podcast is all about. It's behind the scenes. And that's the beautiful thing about it. You can't see me. You can't see how I look or what I'm wearing. And I think that's very clever. And maybe it is. But lying there, wrapped up in blankets, I realized something. This journey of, losing weight and getting healthy is actually about something much, much bigger. Because I think so many women believe they need to become somebody else, a better version, a better, thinner version, a younger version. Good luck with that. And a prettier woman, a woman who has it all together. But listen, what if the woman you are looking for, she's already there. She's been there all along. But buried underneath heartbreak, responsibilities, menopause, self-doubt, people-pleasing, and fear, and years of putting yourself last. Maybe she hasn't disappeared, eh? Maybe she's just been waiting for you to come back. Do you know, I think a lot of us, we forget. And it's not about the weight, really, is it? Because I looked in my wardrobe the other day Now, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but apparently every every single piece of my clothing in my wardrobe has shrunk. It's an amazing phenomenon. Very mysterious. Not one dress escaped. Not one pair of jeans. And honestly, I think the fat blubbers, they are standing around the corner and just throwing that on me. And at the same time, some magical way they just say, oh, abracadabra, all the clothes in Irene's closet are going to be smaller. But this is what really hit me. Now, what if it really wasn't about the clothes? What if it's about identity? Because every time I looked at my clothes, I remembered how I used to be able to wear them and how I felt when I fit into them and how my confidence was. And I used to laugh more, I socialized more, I even moved more because I trusted that girl more. And then I realized I really don't miss the clothing. I miss me. And I'm sure you miss you too. Because maybe you've been saying, I want to lose the weight, but what you really mean is, I want to recognize myself again. And I want to stop hiding from photographs and being hyper critical about me in a photo. And I want to walk into a room and feel like me. Because weight is rarely just about weight. Sometimes it's something totally different. And sometimes it's years of saying, I look after everyone else first. So I spent years teaching women that identity comes before behavior. And then one day, life handed me my own lesson. You see, you can't shame yourself into becoming someone you love, and you can't bully yourself into confidence, and you can't hate your body into healing. You become her one promise at a time, one walk, one glass of water, one protein-rich meal, one early night, one conversation where you finally tell the truth to yourself and keep your boundaries with yourself. Make one brave decision, and that is how you change. Not one giant leap, but with hundreds of tiny promises that you keep to yourself. Not to other people, to yourself. And a couple of days ago, I went for my first proper walk after having spent 10 days coughing and feeling really sick in bed. It was not a big walk, but it was a 45 minutes, quite slow. And I felt actually really proud of myself just being out there. But halfway through, I had to stop. I had to sit down because I was totally exhausted. Now, the old me would have said, no, 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 we are not quitting. And I would have been annoyed if I had sat down. I would have been annoyed with me because I would have thought, come on, push through. But something has changed within me. So I sat down and I was looking at the ocean and the beauty of the morning. And I sat down and I caught my breath. And then I walked the rest of the walk without feeling guilty and without having a story in my head that I'd been failing. And I promised myself that, yeah, well, maybe it was too much from 10 days in bed to go for a walk for 45 minutes. So maybe we will do shorter walks. So I started doing like 10-minute walks. And even that was hard because I think that my lungs really took a knock. But one step at a time, like I said, because We are now looking after ourselves, and we don't have to prove anything. We do listen to our bodies. And here's something my coach said to me that stopped me in my tracks. He said, Irene, every choice is a vote for the woman you are becoming. And I have to say, I love that because suddenly this wasn't about a diet anymore. It became identity. Every walk, a vote. Every alcohol-free night, a vote. Every time I chose protein instead of skipping a meal was also a vote. And every time I rested because my lung needed it was also a vote. Because, honey, we don't become her overnight. You and I are becoming her one vote at a time. And I wonder, what would happen if you stopped asking, how much do I have to lose in weight? And start asking, what kind of woman am I becoming? Because those are two different questions. One question is driven by fear and the other one driven by hope. One says, I am not enough. And the other one says, I enough and I am coming home. So today I make you a promise, my darling. I am not hiding this journey. I'm walking it with you and I hope that you are walking it with me. Because some weeks we will feel fabulous, and some weeks we want chocolate or a glass of wine, and some weeks we choose to walk, and some weeks we won't. And some weeks the scale will move, yay, and some weeks it won't. But we are not quitting, are we? Because this is not about being perfect. It is about becoming consistent. And you know what my mother says about being perfect? She says, if nobody is perfect, then I'm nobody. But we are not going to be nobodies, or we are not going to be perfect either. We are becoming consistent. Big difference. And if you have been waiting for the Mondays to come to start something, or until summer, or until you lost the 10 kilos, or you have been waiting until life settles down. Now, I'm lovingly telling you something here. Life does not settle down. It just changes shape. There will always be another reason to wait. Always. Always another birthday, holiday, challenge, excuse. And let me tell you this, the perfect time never arrives. But today is available. One choice, one promise, one step. That's all you need. So here's what I'd love you to do after this episode. Not tomorrow, today. Go for a 10-minute walk, drink that glass of water, and cook yourself something nourishing. And simply stand in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eyes and say, I am coming back for you. Because that's what this journey is really about, remembering yourself. And before I go, I want you to remember one sentence. Write this on your mirror or in your journal or stick it into your phone. It is, every choice is a vote for the woman I am becoming. And every single day you get another vote. So, my darling, welcome to day one. Not a diet, not punishment, not chasing perfection. Just welcome to becoming her again. And I also want you to realize that this is just not a podcast series. It's my journey back to myself and hopefully back to yourself. And over the coming months, I am going to share every lesson, every wobble, every win, and every breakthrough. And I have to tell you, and something beautiful is being created behind the scenes, and it's called the Brave Room. It is not open yet, but it's going to become a place for women who are also becoming her again. And if that sounds like your next chapter, I want you to come and join my wait list when that's open. And I really want this episode to speak to your heart. And if it does, please share it with another woman who might need to hear that she hasn't lost herself. And to be able to keep up with this journey of ours, please join my podcast and follow it and follow the journey. And I will walk it with you, and we will simply find a way home. Until next time, keep becoming, keep choosing yourself, and keep being wonderfully, unapologetically unstuck and living with happiness. Until next time, for that walk. Have a great weekend.